coping during the coronavirus. You need to take back control. More closures, and what are you binge watching?
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello, and welcome to a Monday. It is March 16th, 2020, day 183 of Gotta Get on Ellen. It is Monday, the new day of a new week, full of opportunities and possibilities. You know how I feel about Mondays. But yes, it is a very trying time right now, but it is also Grateful Monday. Grateful Monday is a time when I read to you some of the things from my own gratitude journal. And now, more than ever, we need to focus on what we are grateful for. More than that, we have to stop taking so much for granted. That is one thing that should be showing us right now. Stop taking so much for granted, because you never know when it can go away. I wanted to mention this. I was reading yet another book that took place in World War II. There is a lot of them out there. And there is always like a recurring theme in these books when it's a time of rationing, a time where there's just not a lot of supplies, everybody's running out of everything. The delight of people in the World War II era to get a piece of fruit, yes, a piece of fruit, was amazing. An orange was such a special treat. A banana was something to savor. It was like ice cream to them because they had such little access to fresh fruit, something you probably have an abundance of right now in your home. And you can go and get anytime you want. Stop taking all of our blessings for granted. That is the point of me going on and on about that. So some of the things that I wrote in my own gratitude journal this past week, again, as an example, to prove to you how simple it is and how rewarding it can be. The first thing I wrote, the first thing I've chosen to share with you is I haven't gotten the contract yet, but it's supposed to be on its way. But I made an announcement over the weekend. I am doing my first public speaking event July 7th at the Long Beach Island Foundation of the Arts and Sciences in Loveladies, Long Beach Island. I am beyond excited. So super psyched about this. This is what I've been working toward. This is everything to me right now. Love it. I got a lot of very positive support from all of you when discussing it. So thank you for that. It means the world to me. And thank you for your support, because without you, I would not be here. Another thing we did on Friday, was such a nice day. Joe and I sat out on our porch. We had some pizza, had a few adult beverages. We celebrated Cocktail Friday. I got to open the doors, let the fresh air in. I turned the heat off, let the fresh air in, opened all the windows in the house. Joe made a fire in the new fire pit over the weekend. I don't know if you got a chance to see any of those pictures, but we, doing our social distancing, we didn't really go anywhere. We did go to some stores to stock up a little bit. And then last night, you know what else happened over the weekend that I didn't write down? I forgot until just now. Saw our first boat go past the house. Somebody putting their boat in the water on Saturday. Saw it go past the house, making its way to home. Very exciting to see here at the Jersey Shore. So kind of along with that, we had a dinner of Hot dogs and hamburgers. Oh, that is our summer staple. And although it was not really in my dieting plans, we stocked up on some hot dogs because we happened to see they still had some, so we got some. So there are some of the things that I have been grateful for this past week, most of that from just the weekend. So, like I said, this is the time to not take things for granted, to be grateful for every little thing. You eat banana today. Think of how it was such a huge commodity. Not that long ago, people couldn't get their hands on fruit. So hopefully we won't get to that point at all. But be grateful for the small and the big things in your life. Kind of a crazy time. We all know this. All the Apple stores have closed. Nike stores have followed suit, closed as well. Apparently Montgomery County in Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia, hit very hard with the coronavirus. They have closed all dine-in restaurants. It's a tough time for business, especially small business. There's a lot going on. It's a lot of craziness. I know. It's scary. I'm going to try to keep my topics that I put out to you every day kind of little lighthearted this week. Try to keep it a little on the fun side. I feel a little awkward trying to be fun at all, honestly, because everything seems so doomsday-like, but we need a little fun still, right? We need to have a little bit of fun and something to look forward to, and laughing. Laughing's always good. You know, ironically, Joe and I were home all weekend, and we really didn't watch any television, which is very strange for us. We didn't even have the TV on most of the day on Saturday. I think we finally turned it on Saturday night. Not even sure what we watched. But we had finished our latest binge, Bloodline, and we finished that last weekend. So we were taking a little bit of a breather. But then last night, right before bed, we started a new series on Apple streaming, Apple Plus, whatever you want to call it. $4.99 a month it is. And I got it for free for the first year because I just purchased a computer. If you buy any Apple product, you get the first year for free, be it a phone, a tablet, what have you. So keep that in mind. If you have access to Apple Plus, if you have not already watched the morning show, get on it. So good. So good. Jennifer Aniston, Reese Witherspoon, Steve Carell, Billy Crudup. So good. All of them. But we started another one. What else did I watch? I had watched another one with Octavia Spencer. I think Truth Be Told, I think is what it was called. I literally watched that in a day. In a day, I watched that. Obviously, that was one of those days where I just really didn't get a lot done. I think there was 8 episodes, 1 hour. Yeah, I spent 8 hours binge watching. So anyway, we started watching a new show last night. It's called For All Mankind. And it's a series about what if we were not the first in space? If the race for space was not won by the U.S. The show starts out with Russia getting to the moon before the United States does. So it's pretty interesting, and it's not usually my kind of show. Joe's like, I just want to see if you like it. Let's just watch it. I'm like, all right, pretty good. So check that out if you have Apple Plus. Disney has released Frozen 2. That can be good news or that can be bad news. That can be good news because you have something to put on for the kids. The bad news could be that you will now have to watch it nonstop for the next 2 weeks at least. All the kids being home. You will know Disney's Frozen 2 by heart in a couple of days' time, I'm sure. Just like I can still recite the line from The Lion King. So I'm going to make that my topic for later today. Tell me what you're binge watching. I want to know. We all need something to occupy ourselves with all of this social distancing. So you let us know something really, really good. I was going to talk a little bit about what people are doing now that we've been told to kind of take it easy, stay out of the public if we can. So Joe and I spent the weekend at home. Joe made chicken tacos for dinner on Saturday. Like I said, we had burgers and dogs last night. We put a fire in the fire pit. It's the inaugural fire. We had Tucker just hanging out with us. She's got her own cushion now that we carry with us wherever we're sitting. So, God forbid she's uncomfortable. She is older now. We do try to make it a little bit more comfortable for her. But even the libraries are closing now. We've got the libraries closing. Parks are closing. I don't know about your gym. I don't know if my gym's closed yet. But, honestly, I went not even last week, the week before. I was a little freaked out then. They're talking about the liquor stores in Pennsylvania going to be closing. Better get those adult beverages. So I was wanting to hear from you. What was it that you did to occupy yourself over this time? Gail says, I spent yesterday reading and watching TV. The latter is getting old. I'm going to paint today. Look for a new creation soon. Marnie says it's actually been amazing to slow down and spend some time at home. Scrapbooking my adventures and hanging pictures has been my focus. And Marianne says, I spent the day watching TV, took a long walk, barbecued some steak, spoke with my neighbor on our dock, and was so happy to be home. All good here. So keep it up. Keep finding things to do. I don't really mind being at home too terribly much. I shared an article today on the group page about Gen Xers being my generation and how we have been conditioned our whole lives for social distancing. We were called the latchkey generation because we were pretty much on our own. Both our parents, were working for the most part. We came home from school. I literally had a house key around my neck on a shoelace. And I would come home, let myself in because my mom was working. And we took care of ourselves, We got ourselves a little snack, a bowl of cereal, something, watched the Flintstones, and the Brady Bunch came on, We're used to self-occupying. This is not horrible for us. We're used to this. This is probably why I like to watch reruns over and over and over again. It's what I do. It's part of what's been ingrained in me. This is how we occupy ourselves. It's okay. I'm all right. I'm doing okay. I actually have to leave the house today. I have to go to the doctor's. I have one of those wonderful annual exams for us ladies. Oh, so fun. Can't wait. Wishing I could stay home from that. But off I will go. So today's blog post is coping with coronavirus. Take back control. Yes, you can actually take back a little bit of control. I'm going to tell you how. It is a scary time in the world right now, whether you think it is all hype or you are truly frightened. Schools are closing, restaurants closing, grocery stores being sold out, big events are being canceled, and we don't know how long this is all going to last. I asked you yesterday what your biggest concerns are over the virus, and there are many. Now, I will talk about this all week, but it seems a lot of fear comes down to money. A lot of people worried about their jobs, worried about the health of the people in their life, worried about the stock market, worried about going bankrupt. So with the state of the economy and the stock market in free fall, it is something you should be preparing for in any way that you can. Now, if you have a job that is recession proof, say, you work for the government or you are considered an essential personnel, you're in a good spot. If you know you will continue to bring money in, then you have a lot less to fear than a lot of other people. Consider yourself lucky. Be grateful. It's a terrible time to be a small business owner, especially with all this social distancing. Now, what can you do to make it through this difficult